What is up, chefs, foodies, students? Welcome to Everybody Knows. I'm Anders. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get started. Today we're talking about the ingredient of sunflower seeds along with sunflower heads, which is basically the either opened or unopened flower of a sunflower. This ingredient originally comes from North and Central America. It is currently well known in cuisines from all around the world, but if you're investigating origins and cultures, be sure to research the time period as well, since many foods are brought to cultures from elsewhere or are developed over time. Every part of the sunflower plant smells the same. And today the ingredient that we're looking at is the sunflower head that has been cooked. And so there are a few ways that you can eat parts of the sunflower flower complex. The first is obvious, is the seeds. That's the most common. You can buy those at any gas station. The second, I have seen people try to grill the immature sunflowers before the seeds have really matured. I have not found great success with that. But the third way, which is new to me and we're trying today, is essentially the same way you cook an artichoke, but with the unopened flower head of a sunflower. And so we'll be looking at that ingredient specifically. And so what I've done, I'm going to show you a little bit of a video. So this video shows two halves of a sunflower head. The top half is a larger, more mature head. You can see the seeds above sort of like the base of the flower, if you will. The second one is an immature flower that hasn't even bloomed yet, and you can see sort of that base of flesh underneath the flower petals. All of that flesh is what is here in this bowl. And so what I've done is I've basically cooked and cleaned those flower heads just like I would an artichoke. And we're not left with much. The share that you're left with after all the cleaning and cooking is similar, if not less than, what you would get out of an artichoke, especially if you eat the artichoke leaves, which I think are so good. So the return on investment is very low, but that's what we're tasting today. So if you're looking for sunflower seeds and or parts of a sunflower, you're going to be looking for happy, healthy, living specimens. If it's sunflower seeds, I recommend buying whole. If you're going for like sunflower seed butter, you can just buy that. That's fine. Chances are it's going to be a high quality product. However, my vote is always to go with the whole ingredient when you can. And so whole sunflower seeds, either in a shell or out of shell. And if you're gonna try this, you're probably gonna have to hunt down some sunflower plants. Okay, so when we're doing some first initial smells, I gotta tell you the weirdest thing. As these were cooking, I will say the aroma that came out of the pot was right on the money artichoke. It was so strange. And so now I'm gonna try one. I get hints of both. Whoa. I think, So, wow. Oh my God. That was so strong. Excuse me. Holy cow. These have I can barely speak. These have had time to mature in the refrigerator. I cooked. Oh my God. Sorry. I need some water. I was not expecting that. Take two. Just kidding. To wrap up this section, the sunflower flavor was so strong. The strength of that, as it was passing up and through my nose, felt a lot, drew a line between this and turpentine. That sort of really harsh, intense, chemically, and I think that's an oil-based chemical, but it's sort of like a resiny, wow, it's still there. I also wonder, I'm gonna try and eat just the top part without some of that. So I amend my first statements to, if you do this, take off every single leaf. So when I ate the first one, that was just like a big punch in the face. I really kind of had trouble thinking about swallowing that because it smelled so harshly chemically. But the front of the flower, the actual heart, that flesh is good. That flesh has a nice mild flavor, which was kind of what I was hoping for, expecting. That I would categorize kind of like an artichoke, but definitely has the sunflower quality that I mentioned earlier. Let's have a look at our universal aroma wheel and see where this lands within it. So for sunflower, we're actually going to be looking over here in nutty. So we have this bow tie between nutty and seedy or grainy, in between, back and forth. And so it could be in either one, but we're gonna jump over here into nutty. We have this big floral category, then we have an herbaceous category, and then we see sunflower seed. And I think herbaceous is the right word because it's so resinous and or clearly like kind of vibrant plant quality to that intense flavor, that sunflower flavor. I think it's much more mild in the seed. So I think sunflower seed is a much more mild, version of this. And I'm getting, this is not TMI hopefully, but like every time I burp, I'm getting this very strong wave of sunflower aroma. And so I think the argument could be made that if it was not in nutty, especially with these heads, it could definitely be in the vegetative section, maybe with the seedy quality and or with the, I think they're called the pungent vegetables. Let's take a quick look over here. Down, pungent. Yeah, okay, so down here is where you sort of have your like fava beans and edamame and sunflower leaf is down here. So yeah, I think we're kind of split between the two with these heads because artichoke is also right there. So I think, yeah, either place fits in my mind, but wow, it could be really strong depending on what part of this plant you're eating. Okay, again, if you're eating sunflowers, any part of it, I wouldn't include leaves or outer skin. I know sunflower leaf is on there. You're gonna have to treat it real careful. Throughout the entire prepping process, any of the sap that comes out of the sunflower is wildly sticky, just like from a pine tree. And so it's messy, it's really intense. I don't know if it's worth it. It's up to you. If you wanna like make that journey and then determine that for yourself, you have my blessing, and just be careful. We're gonna take a quick look at the flavor Bible. Cool, so their entry for sunflower is seeds, and they recommend the following to pair with it: apricots, baked goods, granola, grains, muesli, nuts, pâtés, salads, seeds, pestos, raisins, soups, spreads, stuffings, tamari, tofu, tomatoes, trail bars and mixes, veggie burgers, yogurt. Definitely sounds like some cultural bias in there, but also that's focusing on the seeds. And so I could see all that. Knowing that this can have some intensely resinous flavor, I would say you could treat it maybe even sort of like a conifer. Like if you were gonna make spruce salt, you could maybe make artichoke salt. You could probably even use the sap somehow, like if you wanted to flavor a drink or like a cordial or do a syrup with it or something really interesting. I think there's definitely some potential there. It's gonna get weird, and I wish you the best of luck. I think that about wraps it up. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about this ingredient, sunflowers in general, as you cook or eat, as well as the words we use to describe it. And have you ever used any of these ingredients really successfully, or a way that you thought like, yeah, that was so good, I want to know what it was? Do you like the aroma of sunflowers or not, and why? And do you agree or disagree with what I've shared with you today? Any of the answers to those questions, throw them in the comments. I would love to read them. I hope this video made sense and got you thinking about the aroma of sunflowers. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to help me get an ingredient to feature in a video, go ahead and send me an email or a private message. If you would like to join the Food Aroma Nerdery, go ahead and subscribe and you'll see all my latest vids. And if you would like a paper poster or a digital copy of the Universal Aroma Wheel that I've built, go ahead and look in the description for links. Thanks so much. Bye.